With the third pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Joey Bosa, defensive end, Ohio State.
Well, there you go. The first pick of the night that we did not know essentially coming into the draft. It's not an offensive lineman to protect Phillip Rivers. It's not a defensive player on the back end to supplant and fill the shoes of Eric Weddle. It's Joey Bosa.
Wow. When you think about this, understand their base defense is a 3-4 front. Most people thought Joey Bosa was going to go to a 4-3 team. Now, this is why I make 2 points about that. Number one, I've seen Bosa stand up and play in space, and he can do it. And number two, you're in your sub package 60 to 70% of the time. That's where he's going to make a difference.
Yeah, John Pagano said, hey, I need a little help, okay? We got to get these scores down. They're 27th against the rush, and they need some help on defense. Maybe, Mike, they think, hey, I can go get that offensive lineman, and there should be a couple of good tackles in there early in that second round.
And my dad's a longtime defensive coordinator, coach defensive backs. You want to make the defensive backs better? Get a pass rusher. That's right. That's what they did. You get a guy who can rush the passer. We talked earlier today. Hey, great quarterback, protect the quarterback, sack the quarterback, and we'll work from there. And they got a guy that can sack the quarterback.
Highest drafted Buckeye since Orlando Pace was taken first overall in '97, Mike.
6'5", 269. His numbers are very similar to Jason Pierre-Paul. His 40-yard dash, everything else. He's a run game technician. He converts speed to power, but his playing style to me is most reminiscent of Everson Griffin of the Vikings, who had 10.5 sacks a year ago. So he's the best run game defensive end I saw in college football. Here he is on the pass. Just enough speed to threaten your outside. Look at the inside pole. That inside arm, converting speed to power. Eyes are always up. Again, now watch him in the run game. Nobody's better in college football. Comes inside, beats the right tackle. Watch this play. Comes down, he sees the wham block. He defeats the wham block, and then he whams the tailback. That is an awesome play.
With the fourth pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Ezekiel Elliott, running back, Ohio State.
Dallas Cowboys decide to put the star on the side of the helmet of somebody who had all those Buckeyes on the back of it. It's going to be Des Bryant, Tony Romo, and Ezekiel Elliott, a 21st century version of the triplets. Wow, what a piece of news. Super. We're showing you the two ends of the phone conversation. There's Rocky Arsenault, his agent. Marshall Faulk's agent for so many years now. Ezekiel Elliott's agent. What a night. Ohio State back-to-back. It goes quarterback, Buckeye. Ezekiel Elliott's going to the Metroplex.
Ezekiel Elliott, running back.
Straight ahead, and he's found a hole. Elliott on the move and to the end zone. Ezekiel Elliott.
2015 Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year.
Touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott of Ohio State.
So there he is. He's got the suit to match it now.
Yeah, right?
He's got the tux to match the Cowboy colors. This is exciting. I mean, it's exciting to see a player of his caliber go into the NFC East and just add a jolt at a position where you don't think you're going to go top 5 anymore. They did it. Ezekiel Elliott's going to Dallas.
And think about it. This kid's going to a place that might have the very best offensive line in the National Football League. And they will pound you now. They want to do that. They got a division that's going to be up for grabs. Nobody's running away with that thing. This kid right now could get him right back into the playoffs.
Well, we mentioned that Joey Bosa was the highest drafted Buckeye since Orlando Pace in '97, went number 1 overall. That draft, Sean Springs went 3. It's the first time that we've seen Ohio State be part of the top 5 like this. Pick is in. The Giants haven't chosen in the top 10 in consecutive drafts since '96, '97. But yet, here it is for them in 2016.
With the 10th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Eli Apple, defensive back, Ohio State.
Wow. Well, I mean, the headline writes itself, the Big Apple. And Eli's going to New York with another Eli, obviously.
Now, understand that Vernon Hargraves is still
knocked away at the last second.
He's had football fumbled.
Eli Apple, cornerback.
And he's going to be knocked down. Fires up the left side of the field. Intercepted by Eli Apple.
2015 second team All Big Ten.
So that's 3 Buckeyes in the top 10. And Eli Apple's going to the New York Giants. And that secondary.
He's a Jersey kid, too. He's from South Jersey. He's a redshirt sophomore. So he's only 3 years removed from high school. I don't even know if he's 21 years old. He's 6 feet, 200 pounds. He's got all kinds of potential. He's clean off the field. But like a lot of young players without reps, his tape is up and down. He's long, he's fast, he's physical. But I saw some bad tape. I mean, he struggled against Penn State. He struggled giving up points. I forget the other game, but he had some tape that I struggled with, but it's all because of a lack of reps.
And the draft party for the New York Giants going on in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And hey, and if he wants to go and live in New York City, there's a lot of places you can order food in because I've heard he can't cook. And certainly that didn't hurt his draft stock eventually. He's 10th overall, and Urban Meyer is all ear-to-ear grin because that's a 3rd Ohio State Buckeye going to the top 10. Bosa 3rd overall, Elliott 4th overall, Apple 10th overall to the Giants.
With the 16th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Taylor Decker, tackle, Ohio State.
Well, so this young man will now head to the state up north and protect Matthew Stafford, or if he's from Ohio State, he'll have to call him Matthew Stafford. But at any rate, another talented Ohio State Buckeye is a first rounder.
He's found a hole through the end zone.
Taylor Decker, offensive tackle.
Straight ahead, wide open touchdown.
The 2015 Big Ten Offensive Lineman of the Year.
Takes it to the end zone for a touchdown.
Defense. And so that's the reaction from Detroit Lions fans in their draft party in Allen Park, Michigan. And you nailed this one right on the head there, Mike.
It's a rookie general manager. Bob Quinn came over from New England. It's a really solid pick. And as I started to mention, their starting left tackle, Riley Reef, is in the 5th and last year of his rookie contract. He's been an average left tackle. So this gives them the flexibility to have 2 first-run tackles, or if necessary, kick Taylor over the left tackle next year if they don't re-sign Reed.
Half of the draft is done.
With the 20th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Darren Lee, linebacker, Ohio State.
5th Ohio State Buckeye to go now in this draft. 5 of them. It was 4 of the first 16, 5 of the first 20 Ohio State players. And as a matter of fact, the last time we have seen 4 players from the same school go in the top 16 of a draft was when Florida State had 4 players in that 1997 draft go in the first 16 players. Wow. 5 and 20 has only been done by the 2004 Miami Hurricanes. What a night for Ohio State.
Darren Lee, linebacker. 2015 second team All Big Ten.
Here comes the blitz. Untouched was Darren Lee. Nowhere to go for help.
So As we look at Darren Lee come to the stage, that means that Ryan Fitzpatrick is still in play for at least one more night. For the Jets, who do not go in the direction of Paxton Lynch. That's a mystery that will continue to play out here on the first night of the draft about where Lynch shows up. But what does Lee bring to the table for the Jets?
He's today's NFL outside linebacker. He's 6'1", 232 pounds. He ran 4.47. And a year ago, when I was doing my homework on last year's draft, with their defensive players, I kept saying, who's number 43? He flashed everywhere. So his strengths are he's sideline to sideline. He's a 3-down linebacker. Will be great in your sub packages. His weakness is when you cover him up with a big body, he's going to struggle. Against downhill run teams, he will struggle.
To announce the New Orleans Saints selection, please welcome from the University of Mississippi, the 23rd overall pick in the 2001 draft by the Saints, running back Deuce McAllister.
Now they're saying Deuce. Now they're saying Deuce.
Hokie Gajan, Will Smith, we love you.
Nice. Well done.
With the 47th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Michael Thomas, wide receiver, Ohio State.
All right, Coach. You have the floor.
Mike Thomas is a 6'3", 6'4" player. His greatest strengths are ball skills, and he's a competitive SOB now. In practice, he gets in a fight about twice a week. He goes after the ball. He's a refuse-to-lose type player. So I love Mike Thomas, and I think he's going to have a long career in the NFL.
Now, I really enjoyed your pro day, watching him compete in a pair of gym shorts. What stuck out to me was his catching radius.
Yeah.
Huge.
Every quarterback wants a 6'3", 6'4" wideout.
The radius.
To announce the New Orleans Saints selection, please welcome from the University of California, Berkeley, the Saints 2009 Walter Payton Man of the Year, linebacker Scott Fujita.
And with the 61st pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Vonn Bell, defensive back from Will Smith's alma mater, Ohio State. Much love to the family of Will Smith back in New Orleans.
Boy, you must have had quite the chat at the Combine with Sean Payton.
Yeah, I'm glad he's going to a winning program because, you know, the Saints will be back on top real soon. What I was telling Mike, what I love about Vonn Bell is he's got a skill set of a corner. That means how many safeties out there can cover the number 2 receivers. A lot of offenses put their best receiver at that number 2 guy. So he's got a great ball skill, a great worker in practice, and he's got cover skills like a corner.
They drafted Kenny Vaccaro in the first round a couple years ago. They've got Jarvis Byrd there. It's a nice situation for him to walk into. Coach, I think he can play inside a little bit in that nickel package too. And at the end of the day, they need to get more athletic on defense. And they just started it right there.
And the Ohio State Buckeyes just tied a record for most picks in a single draft in the common draft era in the first 2 rounds.
And look who they're tied with.
Tennessee.